Afternoon sunshines. I guess it's still afternoon. It's like late afternoon. It's like 5:04. Or that could be early evening. So I guess early evening moonshines. I'm making dinner. I am home by myself tonight. Stormy is at Walgreens. I got home about 4:30. She makes tuna noodle casserole, and I never had it before, like the way she makes it, and I really like it a lot. It's delicious. And so all day long I'm like, I want some of that tuna noodle casserole. So I stopped and I got the stuff to make tuna noodle casserole. So I'm making some tuna noodle casserole. It smells really good. It's gonna be so tasty. Super excited. Gonna have tuna noodle casserole and broccoli, steamed broccoli. Yum and yum. So DoorDash was pretty good today. I was very blessed. I am just filled with gratitude for my life, for my lovely life. I started the third week of the meditation, even though it's kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I've been doing the whole thing. I feel like I've been doing it for like 4 weeks total. And so I know that, well, maybe more, because the first week I did it for like 2 weeks. Yeah, so the induction I did for 2 weeks. And then week 2 with step 2, 3, and 4, I did for 2 weeks. So that's a month. And then I feel like, yeah. And I don't know how long I'm going to do this one, but I got it all recorded last night before I went to bed. And I started it this morning, and I like it a lot. I have actually also with week 2 for the steps 2, 3, and 4, I kind of cleaned that up and arranged it differently so that it would, I didn't feel like I was giving myself enough time between each step, because like step 2 is recognizing. So you recognize what limiting behavior you want to remove. And then step 3 is declaring or admitting and declaring, and then step 3 is surrendering. And so in between each of those steps, I was just jumping from one step to the next. Goodness, Bear. I was just jumping from one step to the next, and I wasn't spending any time in between each step. And I think that you have to, because you have to recognize the limiting behavior. And so you recognize it, and it has you like recognize different feelings that you have surrounding that that feeling. And then I have this friend that's just liking all my Instagram stories. Thanks. Thanks for the validation. Anyway, yeah, so you think about how you sit with that behavior, you sit with it, that limiting behavior, and you think about, you know, how it makes you feel in your body, and the different things that you say to yourself, and the kind of voice you use when you're in that limiting state. And then the admitting and declaring, you admit that, yes, I do have this limiting behavior, and you declare it. You're like, I have this. And then you sit with it, and then you surrender it. And the surrendering thing really does, I feel like you have to surrender it. You have to, like, I don't know, really feel like you're surrendering it to that infinite intelligence. And then once you've surrendered it, then you feel you try to feel how you would feel if that behavior, if that limiting behavior wasn't there anymore. And so with those steps, I don't feel like I gave myself enough time to do it. And so, so I redid it and allowed that time. And I feel like it was, she's still liking him. Thanks, ma'am. She's like an old friend of my mom. She's a super sweet lady. And then would actually be 3, but this is like 5. So week 3 is step 5 and 6, and they are something in redirecting. There's something before redirecting. And I've only done it like one time today. This was my first day doing step 5 and 6. So I don't know what that other one is, but I'm gonna check my tuna noodle casserole. I had to call Stormy. No, I texted her when I got done doing DoorDash. I'm like, I'm gonna go get stuff for tuna noodle casserole. What do I need to get? She told me. I'm like, cool. So she's like, tell me how to do it. And yummy, yummy. That looks delicious. I think it's perfect. I'm gonna eat the crap out of this tuna noodle casserole. I'm all getting the pot holder thumb in this freaking thing. So excited. You know, it's kind of like an old-fashioned, like when you're super poor kind of meal. It's kind of like a Roseanne bar. It's kind of like the Roseanne show. I wonder if I'm gonna make cookies. I wonder if I should leave that going. I'll turn it, I'll restart it. So my dinner's done, so I'm gonna end this and I'll come back and finish it later. But thanks for hanging out with me while I was waiting for my food to cook, my tuna noodle casserole. I'm super excited. And you know, I didn't season the broccoli with anything. It's gonna be all bland and shit. Oh well. I'll just mix it up with the tuna noodle casserole. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey, I'm back. Wanted to get this done out of the way. Tuna noodle casserole was delicious. So is the broccoli. I did end up seasoning it pretty good with some butter and some other stuff. I don't remember what it's called. It's this really good seasoning stuff though. Didn't make the cookies because I didn't feel like it, because I got myself a Pepsi and made myself some movie buttered popcorn. And I really got into this show yesterday on Netflix. I think it's a new show on Netflix. It's an AMC show, but I think it's new to Netflix. It's called Turn. It's about the Revolutionary War, like right at the beginning, like it's starting at 1776, and it's all about this guy who is like a resistant spy. He doesn't really want to be a spy, but you know, his conscience gets the better of him, and he's like, oh, I guess I got to do it because these people are evil, bad people. That was weird. And so he did, and it's a fun show. And so yeah, I started watching that yesterday when I was laying here resting my ankle all day. And it was I don't even remember how many episodes, but each episode is so long, but they were so fun. And so I just laid here and watched that all day until I was like, okay, I need to put something mindless on. And so switched over to Roseanne, and laid there and dozed to Roseanne until I fell asleep because I didn't want to engage I don't want to engage my brain as much as I've been engaging my brain over the last many weeks. I just wanted to have I wanted my body to take a break. I wanted my brain to take a break. And the Turn show, it was very stimulating. It's very stimulating because it's like, it's got all kinds of espionage and spy shit, and so it's it's kind of like on the edge of your seat, and so and you watch that all day, and pretty soon you're like so I had to turn on some Roseanne. I needed to laugh some, and just kind of get caught up in some, I don't know, raunchy sitcom Roseanne Barr stuff. It was fun. It was a fun day yesterday. I enjoyed it. But so that's what I did tonight. I got myself a Pepsi and some popcorn, and laid here, and after I finished dinner, it was a little bit after I actually got the popcorn and didn't right away, okay, it's time for popcorn. And I didn't drink all, listen to me trying to rationalize. I don't care. Fuck it. It was a fun night. And, it's kind of funny. I was, I had watched the last season of Outlander on Netflix, and I'm pretty sure that the season 5, I think it's February 5th, maybe it's on Stars, so it's not going to be on Netflix for, I think, until next year. I don't know. I might have to get Stars so I can just watch that season and then get rid of it as soon as I'm done with it. But I watched season 4, and it's right when Claire and Jamie are over in America now, and it's right when the revolutionary, the Patriots started it's right when people started being like, hey, what's up with all these taxes, yo? And that's where it is in Outlander. And so it made me mildly, I've never been that into the Revolutionary War, but it made me mildly curious about, that part of our history, the most important part of our history. And so I was like, I think I'm going to check it out. And I looked online. I was looking online to because I was curious about the Revolutionary War after I watched it. And then I saw, oh wow. So I was like, I'm watching it. And then I watched a trailer. I'm like, this is so cool. And so, yeah, it was fun. I was glad I found it. So, I'm at 5:36 right now. And there's some good looking ladies in that Turn show too. There's this, I don't know what she is. And the main character's wife's pretty cute too. But then there's this slave lady, and she's very chocolatey. I'm sorry, that's probably, oh, stop it. But it's not like Outlander. Turn is not like Outlander at all. It's very tasteful. It's not raunchy at all like Outlander, but that's one of my favorite things about Outlander is how raunchy it is. It's not that raunchy. It's tasteful. It's tasteful sex. It's tasteful good sex. And there's some pretty ladies on Outlander too. Gillis Duncan. She has such a lovely accent, among other things. Gillis Duncan. Gillis. And Claire's okay. She's okay. She's never been my favorite. I don't know. She's kind of almost skeletal in a way, too skeletal. It's like she's got very distinct bone structure, and I feel like and you know what? She's just not my type. I'm not trying to body shame. She's just not my type. But then Jenny, she's a Frasier, but she's married to Ian, so she's good looking too. She's Jamie's sister, Jenny. She's a fiery Scot. And then there's Jamie. Yeah, Jamie. I've had a crush on Jamie for a while. He's like my man crush. He's one of the 3 men that I would marry. Jamie Fraser. Not the actor, Jamie Fraser, the character. I would marry Jamie Fraser. Oh, heck yeah. Jamie Fraser. And then, you know, I would marry, the other 2 men I would marry is Captain Jack Sparrow and Dwight Schrute. Those are the 3 men I would ever marry. Isn't it funny? Isn't it hilarious how they're all fictional? Hilarious. I don't know. I'm going to end this because I'm at 8:24 now. I wanted to talk about my meditation, but I feel like I want to get it mostly all the way solidified, mostly, so that I can talk to you guys about it like intelligently, because it's so important. I would like people to be like so curious about it from what I've said that they're like, I gotta check this out. Because I tell you what, I just don't feel like, I'm not even gonna get into it. You guys have a good night, and I love you, and don't forget to live abundantly.